Welcome back. Yes, a delicious marinade. Now, David, I always thought you had, well, one or two dodgy connections, but I didn't realise you were in quite so deep. You're in with the serious stuff.
I am in the serious stuff here, and today we're doing Yakuza, which is...
Not to be trifled with.
Not to be trifled with. The kind of lazy definition would be that they are Japanese mafia, but they're really a sort of Japanese crime gang. And it comes from 893 in Japanese, Yakuza, and 893 is the losing hand, or actually a very bad hand, in oichukabu, which is a Japanese equivalent of baccarat. Apparently it's 893 as a hand is a cursed hand. It's very unlucky and very difficult to win.
So why would an organisation call themselves something that is, you know, a bad luck name?
Well, it's essentially like overcoming your destiny, overcoming your sort of being born on the wrong side of the tracks. And 893, if you can actually win with that hand, you are winning with cunning and courage. So that's essentially the reason. But the Japanese police would prefer that you refer to the Yakuza as Boryuka-dan, which means violence group. That's what they're preferring you to call them by, but of course everyone in Japan and outside Japan know them as Yakuza.
Thanks, David. So let's have a look at those scores now. It's 17 points for Ben. David is on 24 as we move into our third letter game of the night. And Ben, what would you like?
Could I have a consonant, please?
Thank you, Ben. Starting with an S.
And another consonant, please, Lily.
M.
And a vowel, please.
O.
And another consonant, please.
Z.
Vowel, please.
A.
Consonant, please.
P.
Vowel, please.
U.
Another vowel, please.
I.
And a consonant, please.
And finally, T.
Thanks, Lily. Here's the clock. Some good runs of sevens, but with that Z in there, how did you go this time?
Just 5.
Just 5. David?
6, Richard.
Let's have your 5 first, Ben.
Moats.
Okay, David?
Patios.
Patios. Australian traditional place for sitting out.
Sounds like the two alternatives you've got in front of your house, depending on how friendly you feel.
A very well-protected patio with a moat.
A patio or a moat. Patios is fine for 6. Utopias is a lovely 7 that's lurking in there, and so is impasto, which is a thick painting technique, or I should say a technique of painting thickly.
Very nice indeed, but 6 points to David. Let's keep those words flowing and choose a few more letters. David, your selection this time, please.
Okay. Start with a vowel this time, please, Lily.
Thank you, David. Let's start with an E.
And another.
I.
Another vowel, please.
A.
A consonant.
S.
A consonant again.
C.
Another consonant, please, Lily.
T.
And again.
G.
One more consonant, please.
D.
And I'll finish with a consonant, please, Lily.
And finally, L.
And the time starts now. So how many for you, David?
8, Richard.
That's very nice to hear. Ben?
6.
What's your 6, Ben?
Staged.
Staged. Well, very appropriate for your performance inclinations. And David, your 8?
Dialects.
Very nice one.
Lovely 8. Well done, David. And an anagram of citadels, which is my 8, meaning a small castle, or actually a small city, literally, from Italian. A place with moats, but not patios. Wonderful dialects for 8.
Excellent work. So a lovely 8-point score for David. Let's move to our next numbers round. And Ben, it's your selection.
Can I have 2 large and 4 small, please?
2 large and 4 small. Thank you, Ben. And starting with the smalls, 8, 1, another 1, and 3. And the 2 large, 150. And the target to reach is 593.
Let's head for that target. Ben, how close did you get?
597.
4 off the target. What about you, David?
597 as well.
Okay, well, let's get your approach first, please, Ben.
Sure. 8 minus 1 minus 1
8 minus 1 is 6.
times 100
By the 100 gives you 600.
minus 3.
Minus the 3 gives you 597.
Very neat. Well done. David, was your approach the same?
It was, Richard.
Could you just verify that with each other, please?
Of course.
Lily, that was quite neat, but could you arrive at a precise solution?
I could.
Show us how you did it.
Okay, 3 plus 1 is 4. Now, 100 plus 50 is 150. Times them together gives you 600. And if you minus the 8 minus 1 in brackets, gives you 593.
Very neat indeed. Right on target. Thank you, Lily. But 7 points each to David and Ben. Actually, you know what, Lily? It's interesting. That number 593, our target number, is not that different to the number David was mentioning only a short time ago, 893, which was part of the Yakuza name. But interestingly, numbers in a much bigger way are actually part of the natural world, aren't they?
Absolutely, and I can actually think of a remarkable sequence that appears in nature all the time that is almost unexplainable why it keeps popping up. And I'll write down the first few elements.
What's it actually called?
The Fibonacci sequence, and you may have heard of it.
I have, but I don't know much about it.
Okay, I'll write the first few elements and I'll show you how it works. The 1, 1, 2, 3, 5, 8, 13, 21, 34, 55.
Now, to me, there doesn't seem to be much connection. Where is it?
Aha. To get the next element in the sequence, you add the 2 preceding elements. So, for example, 1 plus 1 is 2, 2 plus 3 is 5, 3 plus 5 is 8, and so on.
I see. But how does that actually occur in the natural world?
That's a good question. It appears in nature all the time. Take flowers, for example, daisies. Daisies usually have either 34 or 55 petals, which are both numbers in the Fibonacci sequence. Other examples are snail shell patterns, or palm tree growth rings, where the number of growth rings usually is a Fibonacci number.
Fascinating stuff. Thank you, Lily. Let's move towards our second break now, and that means a word mix. It is later in. And the clue, a type of organ. See you in a moment.